Good morning. Welcome to PVRN, Puerto Vallarta Real News. Still here, still reporting, still doing well, still surviving in Mexico, like most of you are, no matter what the world has to say. Thanks again for joining in this morning. We got a pretty full packed little show today, so hang in there with me. First of all, how are you doing? I hope you're doing great. I hope your nerves are calming a little bit. I know everybody's a little bit on edge, but I've got some happy stuff to report today, some good stuff. And looking outside the window this morning, I mean, pretty similar to the last few days, a little bit cloudy, beautiful mountains, lots of traffic building up. That's coming back for sure. I've never sat here and been like, wow, those sounds of traffic are amazing, but it's kind of like music to my ears right now. I don't know about you, but hearing the sound of the cars out there definitely is reassuring that things are returning back to normal. I saw the excellent Travel Mexico clip. It's been shared a lot. I think it had almost 10,000 shares. I posted it to my page. I think it's pretty impactful. It definitely shows a bit of what happened here. We're not going to minimize that, but it still shares that Mexico is a diverse, amazing place. So if you haven't had a chance to check that after you watch this video, of course, take a look at my page, share that. Again, the message is easy. We combat the international media and what they're saying about Puerto Vallarta and what they're saying about Mexico, and it's our posts and our feedback that really changes like how the world sees this. And excellent interviews out there, like my chief correspondent Charlotte Smith has a great interview with the BBC. I saw Lizzie had an international interview. Jamie had an international interview. So all you guys are going big time international, but here I am, just I'm doing the local thing. It's what I got to do, and this is still evolving. Like I'm the kind of person that definitely sleeps on things and comes up with some of my best and worst ideas. So I'm still evaluating what this is gonna be. I know a lot of people really want to fill that void, and I would never say I could do that. Huge shoes to fill. I know Paco Hayden had an amazing show, and I don't think I'm ever going to be that. I don't have the time, number one, nor am I him, nor will I ever be him. But I will try to make sure I keep bringing you the news. I don't think it's going to be 5 days a week. It's a lot, especially since I'm a news-related show more so. So there isn't that much news going on every single day, but thanks to people like you and folks out there that comment and say things, and point me towards things, it helps. Charlotte's been a godsend, definitely. So let's jump into things this morning, where we're at, what's going on. So we'll start off with news this morning on the local side. Local news is that yesterday they announced the bridge over there near La Embocada was going to have to be demolished. It's just off the prison road past Estapa, and it's what gives people access from Las Palmas. When they announced it, people were really concerned that they were going to be cut off from PV and places going towards Moscota for a while, but they've announced this morning, quote unquote, municipal governors opened a temporary crossing on the old road near La Descambada to maintain communication with the rural communities. You might have seen a video on that recently that I sent out. They've definitely been out there with the machinery, earth moving, concrete pipes are being installed, but now we're giving the safe passage to families and producers, and so we're going to stay stocked, and we are not cut off. The bridge reconstruction is going to happen, and they're in process of that. So even though you might be hearing something else, here's a little coffee. We aren't cut off, and you have a sip of coffee too. Why not? Let's all do that one together. Also, in further news, our mayor, Luis Ernesto Munguia Gonzalez, he led a working group with business representatives and communicated with Governor Pablo Lemus Navarro to strengthen visitor confidence in the destination's economic activity. They've agreed to maintain institutional coordination. They're reinforcing tourism, of course, and promotion of that. Again, going back to that video, though that was really Mexico bound. But they are guaranteeing the continuity of events and hotel occupancy and providing certainty to those who depend on tourism within Puerto Vallarta. There's a lot of them. So those are words out of the government. Let's see what actions come from that. But it's going to still take the actions of us, sharing real live video and what we have going on here and what we don't have going on, and trying to stop the panic piece. But it's also nice to see, again, Chief Correspondent Charlotte Smith out there working hard, sending this nice little, beautiful little message that came out. This is from Viva Volcanes, and that's our friends out there. That's our friends out there from Megan and her team that are doing such a great job. They recently posted that they're deeply saddened by the recent retaliation events in Puerto Vallarta. Our hearts are with those affected, the families, local businesses, workers, and visitors who make this community so vibrant and special. When this came out, they said today they're especially focused on supporting their students and their emotional well-being. They're creating a space for conversations, providing reassurance, and reminding them that their feelings do matter in moments like this. And it's important that our students feel safe, heard, and supported. Together they are strong, together they are resilient, and together they will overcome this difficult time. And they're sending out continued support, compassion, and hope for peace and safety for all. What well said. And coming from a great place. If you don't know about Viva Volcanes, another just great resource out there. I've done charity events in the past, and it's just one of those feel good schools and charity things that you really want to put out there. But on that note, also, if you haven't heard, I think I've mentioned it a couple times, is that Sula needs a car. Unfortunately, their car was caught up in all these activities. Sula Society, is in support of pets here, the dogs. I've done a lot of events with them and for them and raised money with them and even emceed one of their events. Just a great organization, great people. Again, nobody's paying me for these shout outs. These are just literally the things that I'm seeing online or sent to me by Charlotte that, hey, just keep in mind, Sula Society, they might need some help, and putting a little more light on that. You can find them at www.facebook.com/The Sula Society, all one word. Just contact them, find out how you can help. It's just another great thing to do, and just a great way to help support and give back to this community, which is what we all want to do right now. I get asked many times per day, what can I do if I come down? Can I help with cleanup? How can I help support Puerto Vallarta and the people? And that's one way. And speaking of supporting Puerto Vallarta, I know it comes up a lot. Costco, it employs a lot of local people, provides a lot of food for the local restaurants and such. And while we also support the local mercados, etc., people have had their eye on Costco, and it did open up yesterday. I can't confirm it because I went. So we had a Costco run last night. It's not nearly as busy as it once was, unfortunately, but I would say mostly who we saw there were the local people. I mean, there were a few tourists / immigrant expats there, but I would say predominantly the locals were there with their families. It's kind of nice to watch them walking up to all the areas where they hand out a little samples of the food and stuff, and the families were all sharing it. It just seemed like a nice together moment for everybody, and so that was really nice to see and nice to check out. So definitely, it was a good thing to go to. And shopping was easy, got in, got out, and honestly, everything felt really normal. Even got gas there. There were rumors of the gas station not running. And other than a burned out trailer in the corner, hate to mention that, everything seems pretty normal. And speaking of normal, I was in contact personally yesterday with the fellow that runs the Marina Market in Marina Vallarta, and I'm happy to report the Marina Market tonight will be open as normal. I don't know how many people we'll have there. I don't know if it'll be busy. I will definitely be monitoring it, and I'll give you a little bit of feedback tomorrow about it. But again, if you're someone who's been dying from a normalcy and you love the market, or you've got folks in town that love to walk around and do a little shopping for, gifts or some food or anything, it's definitely a way to spend the evening. Usually starts about 6 p.m. Right here in Marina Vallarta. Reached out to my health sources today. Everything seems to be business as usual. Busy, but again, business as usual, I would say. So no issues there on the health piece. Just seeing nothing, anything's coming in new, nothing there. Also, from a exchange rate standpoint, here's where we're sitting. We got a little bump in the U.S. dollar and the Canadian dollar. U.S. dollar is at 17.25. At 17.25 pesos to the US dollar, and Canadian is at 12.59. So a little bit of weakening or strengthening there, but not a big move. We've kind of seen this trend here for a while. Last but not least, so If you do or don't know about me, I'm really a TV film guy. I was radio TV film at my university. That's what I majored in. So that's kind of where my passions have been. I didn't really do that for my personal career. But now in this second life, being a CPS news anchor, again, tune in on Monday nights at 7 or anytime on YouTube. If you go to YouTube, just type CPS News in English or CPS News with Jesse and Brent. That's the 1 hour version on television. That's my real anchor thing. But my bingo card never said, "Oh, you're going to be a TV anchor in Mexico." Never saw that coming after my university time and being my major. So that was pretty surprising, but really fun to give back in that way. But that's a long intro to a short thing, which is like, hey, how's about a show to binge or watch? And this one's a short one. It's only a few episodes, and it's actually super interesting. I didn't think I'd get into a historical drama, but Death by Lightning is running on Netflix, and my wife and I binged it pretty fast. Very interesting show. It is about like one of the oddest plots in American history, but it's really about President James A. Garfield, played by the incredible Michael Shannon, and a hater who is Charles Guiteau. If I said your name wrong, I'm really sorry. I might have butchered that. But that's Matthew McFadden playing that role, and you might know him from like Secession and a few other things. He's really become a treasure of an actor, and it's just an original story of like stardom gone wrong. It's in the scourge of American violence. It's amusing. It's interesting. It's going to hook you in. It's really all about the assassination of James Garfield and how he had kind of a stalker back in the day, fan turned hater per se. But it takes it with kind of a lighthearted tone. I mean, clearly there's an assassination in there at one point. Spoiler alert, it is an historical drama, but Michael Shannon and Matthew McFadden just eat it up. They just chew it up. They're equally good and just bringing you to that obviously known finale that's coming. But again, Death by Lightning is my recommendation. It's out there on Netflix and streaming if you can find it, and it takes you back to 1881 and a story that you probably just didn't know that much about. So that's my recommended binge. Go check it out. But that's it for this morning. So here's how I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to wrap this up again with just saying that, again, if you didn't get the very beginning of the show, I'm a big nighttime thinker. I go to bed. I probably don't sleep really well because things are always stewing in my head. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh, okay, that might change things. So, I don't really think, and this is just purely being honest and straight with you, is that I could be the 5 days a week, entertainment news guy for you. Again, because I focus mostly on news, that's probably this is probably too much. So let me figure this out. Maybe I'll be with you 2-3 times a week, maybe once a week with some good quality stuff. But hope you're liking this. If you are, please leave a comment. Say, hey, I love that stuff. It empowers me. Visit the YouTube channel. Give it a couple likes or views or shares. That's posted here in the comments as well as the title. And lastly, share this video with other people. I think it's going to give you what it's like from me living here every single day, 365 days a year for many years here in Mexico and Puerto Vallarta, and that we're okay and we're talking about stuff like this instead of all the fear and what we're seeing out there. So keep doing it, keep fighting the world and sharing the love of Puerto Vallarta. But that's it for now, folks. So that's going to be today's newscast. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you enjoyed some part of it and at least relieved yourself from the stress of the day. So thanks for tuning in again to the Puerto Vallarta Real News. Appreciate it. Have a great one, everybody. Take care.